All right, beautiful. Welcome, everyone. My name is Christina Amon, and we're gathering here to open our new moon intentions, seeding, weaving our prayers together, opening this 30-day journey for ourselves and people we're supporting. And we have some beautiful voices and shares and prayers that will be entering our circle that we're casting here today. So I just want to thank everybody for taking the time to be here, bringing your presence. We're going to drop into a little bit of a deeper meditation in a moment, but we can all take one opening deep breath together and just kind of let go of everything else that happened before this moment so that we can really drop in full presence. And if you want to take another one, you can. So the first person that I want to bring on today is my dear sister Colleen O'Hare, who has touched my life so deeply, bringing in her gift and medicine. So thankful for your presence on this planet in these moments, your beauty, your depth, and would you please grace us with an opening chant?
Yeah, mahalo for having me. Mahalo, Christina and Sarah, for opening the space for us and to really drop in around the new moon. Can I have a sip of water? Whew, so much is clearing already. So the mele that came forward to share today is one that I learned from one of the elders in our community, Auntie Pua Case. And this is how we greet the Mauna Kea every time we go. And the chant calls upon the very specific higher levels of consciousness. So there's like 6 or 7 of them that we call on, and then you'll hear the name Mo'oinanea. Actually, I don't think her name is in here, but that's her name. We refer to Mo'oinanea, who's the goddess of the Lake Waiau up on Mauna Kea. She's the grandmother of all of the pantheon of gods and goddesses in Hawaii. She's like the ultra creatrix, and so we just call upon her in the chant to guide us forward, and that it is the rainbow, the uokoko, the punohu, the low-lying rainbows that grace the earth. That's the walk, right? It's like illuminating this rainbow walk for us. So that's just a little bit for your minds to marinate on as I share the toning. To just weave this loom for us to drop into for this next little space. So mahalo, and your eyes can be open, they can be closed, just more of a space for you to drop in into more of you. Ela kai kiku ela kai himo ela kuai helani ela enu mialani ela kialohilani ela holani ku ela holani mo ela
mai thua ni o kapona na I ka kwa ku kai o moya mai chala ula o kela ya hele o kapuno o kawa ko
Mahalo.
I just want to share one more piece of it, that it's identifying the divine feminine, right? We're calling in Hina, we're thinking of our transformation with that divine feminine guidance. And that's exactly what we just said and experienced. So just want to leave you with that. Mahalo.
Can you say it again? I couldn't really hear that last part that you said.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, o ka wahine nana I ka akua kukulu o kahiki. One of the last lines in there really identified the divine feminine as the guide of all of creation, that she holds the vision, the wisdom, the faith. And I just wanted to anchor that in because we're syncing up our own transformation with Hina and following her cycle and her rhythm. So I just wanted to acknowledge that confirmation.
Thank you so much. That resonates really powerfully for me right now and always. Thank you. Love you. Next, I would love to bring on Sarah, who's really the creatress of this whole journey and this container, to lead us in a meditation so we can drop in.
Thank you. Thank you for the Nohea for that. That was so beautiful. And I just had, just a little background on this whole journey here. I just had this kind of feeling of inspiration come in to bring us together, to put out the call, to put out the kahea to people who were really feeling ready to move through some layers. And there's been a lot of layers been piling up for many of us over the past, just over this past time for so many different reasons, just for our own humanness on the planet and the transformation that's happening in a planetary way within our brothers and sisters and our communities and all the greater webs that have been woven that are being touched in this moment. So I invited some of my close friends and family to participate. So thank you all for being here. And for those of you who are new faces, I'm really grateful to be doing this with you and to be showing up in this way. And I just wanted to bring in a little bit of the flavor of the new moon. So today is new moon in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. It's a very sensual time. It's a very new moon in Taurus is really centered around our values, around beauty, around what it is that we're wanting to really create in this world and how we want to recreate ourselves in this world. And the new moon is also always an amazing time to plant new intentions, to create, to really get clear on what we're doing this cycle, not just this cycle of the moon, but also the cycle of our life, because every cycle, life cycles back around and spirals back around over and over and over again. So we're beginning a new cycle together. And it's also a really powerful time for us to be dropping in and anchoring in and turning within to hear our own intuition, to really drop into the silence within so that we can hear our own truth and come away from some of this frenetic overstimulation of information that's happening around us right now in this time. So with all that being said, I just wanted to drop us into a little space where we can get clear on what it is that we're really ready to release right now, to make space for what it is that we are bringing in and bringing through and creating. So I'm going to invite you all to just go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Close your eyes. I don't think anyone on this Zoom right now is driving, which is good. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take another nice deep breath. You can sigh, make a little bit of noise as you're exhaling, really come into your body. And drop into this place of complete darkness. It's the darkness beyond the stars. It's the darkness beyond the darkness. It's the depth, the darkness in the depth of the womb space, the darkness where no light reaches. And as you drop deep, deep, deep down into this beautiful darkness, it's not a darkness to be scared of. It's a darkness that's embracing you. It's holding you. It's warm and safe. And as you drop into this darkness, you start to see a little light and a path becomes clear. And you start to move towards this path and walk slowly, sauntering on the earth, feeling your body, looking around. You see lush vegetation, you see beautiful flowers. You hear a little bird chirping in the distance. And as you're walking, you're feeling the earth under your bare feet, and the earth is coming up to meet you as you walk. Every step, she's meeting you. And you start to hear in the distance the sound of running water. As you continue to walk this path, the sound of the water gets louder and louder until you come around the corner and you see a beautiful river. And as you are standing by this river, you feel her calling to you. And she says, come play with me, come be with me. And you undress and you slide into the water. And the currents of the water are gentle, but they start to move with you and they start to cycle with you. And you start to feel a loosening in this warm current of water, a loosening of these binds and these bonds that you have been carrying, bags that you've been holding on to for too long, patterns that you've noticed, that you've repeated over and over, fears that you've held and carried that may not even have been yours. They might have been your great, 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 great grandmothers or grandfathers. And the water is just loving you and saturating you and holding you and gently, gracefully unwinding all of these things that you've carried to her. And you notice what starts to float away, what starts to be washed away from you. You notice what is leaving you, what you're letting go of in this water, in this cleansing process. Your doubts, your worries, your distractions. And as they start to float away, you thank them and grace them on their path. And when you feel complete in this moment, you thank the water and the river, and you come out, you step out. And when you step out of the river, there's a beautiful towel. You dry yourself, and there's a fresh set of clothing, and you dress yourself. And there's another path. The path continues. And as you walk down the path, again, feeling the earth coming to meet your feet over and over, you come around a corner, and there's a beautiful garden. And in that garden, there's a space. There's a beautiful square of earth that has been freshly turned. The sun is warm, the earth is warm. The space is waiting for you. And you reach into your pocket and you feel 3 seeds. You pull them out and you kneel down beside the earth and you plant 1 seed. You plant the next seed and you plant the next seed. And when you plant these seeds, time seems to speed up. It's like a little movie fast forwarding. And you see 3 little plants start to sprout. And you see them start to grow because you don't know what these seeds are that you planted. And you see the plants start to grow and they grow and they grow. And then they start to flower. And then the flowers fall and the fruits grow. And these 3 seeds that you've planted have become 3 fruits. And you pick each one. And as you taste each one, you receive the message of what it is that you are here to bring forward in this time, in this cycle, in this moment. And that nourishment of these fruits, you feel it moving down your throat, moving into your heart, moving into your gut, moving through your feet and back into the earth as you are in a cycle of giving and receiving with her. And when you are complete with this cycle, you see another path. And you begin to walk down that path, nourished by these 3 gifts that you have received from your dreams that you've planted and harvested after letting go of these 3 or more bonds that you have released in the water. And you walk gently back into the space of darkness, the safe space of growth. And you take another deep breath and come back into your body and into this moment, this present time. And open your eyes, your real eyes, and come back into this portal. The Zoom zone here. And back into our container. Hello. Aloha. So I'd love to make space here for just a few minutes. And this is, if you'd love to share anything that you experienced in the meditation or what it is that you feel excited to be releasing, maybe if it was something that you didn't even realize you were ready to let go of until you saw it floating away in the river. And what are your intentions for being here, either, on a health level, for your body, on a more level of consciousness, on a level of, what you're creating for your life. What were the fruits that you ate? What were the messages that they gave you? What you received. And I'll just leave it open. I'd love to hear a couple of voices if anyone would love to share. And then, who would love to share your voice in here? Some people writing notes.
Hello,
Hello.
Erica.
Hey.
I'd like to share because I had two things come through really clear for me. I'm ready for more gentleness in my life and towards my children, acting with more gentleness towards my children, and also to release violence that's either been caught up in me or that I feel around me or that's intergenerationally been taught. So that was very clear, and I think that that the plant medicine speaks to that, to the gentleness and the non-violence.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mama. Who else would love to share?
I'll share.
Mm.
I'll share. I'm
Okay.
Jen. I'm new
Jen.
here. Thanks for having me. I have been on this Purium journey for several months now, and I haven't actually attended any Zoom calls, but this really spoke to me because I always do ritual around the new moon and the full moon, and so I was excited to have this container to connect that part of my life with this part. So for me, I loved the washing clean, and I really saw myself releasing self-doubt, fear, worry, concern, and anger. And when I planted the seeds, I actually went back into my pocket to pull out 3 more seeds because I've been taking on a lot. I've been taking on a lot, which I think coming in this period we're in with COVID, it feels a little bit like coming out of a cocoon. And I have a few businesses that I'm involved with, which were the first 3 seeds. And then the second 3 seeds were my health, my children, and my relationship with my partner. And I planted them and grew very quickly these amazing pomegranate trees, which was remarkable. And so I just want to say thank you for having me here, and also the reminder that I can build and create and grow whatever it is I want in my life, as long as I set my intention in the right direction. So
Beautiful. Thank you, Jen. It was a beautiful share. Thank you so much. And I'd love to hear one more person who would love to share, and then anyone else who'd like to share, we can please do in the chat and let us know what were the things that were leaving you in the river, and what were the fruits that you were receiving. And then who else would love to share? We'll have one more voice.
I can share.
Yes.
I think when I went through the journey that you led us on, I went to a whole new world, and my seeds were more like places that I want to go, directions I want to go in my life, more than the fruits. Like it's almost like I was planting ideas more than life-giving food, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. And what were some of the things that came through for you?
Just finding my own land to be able to grow my own food and be sovereign like that. And another one was just like educating like people on like health and wellness. And the other one was just where my I recently lost my mother, so I'm just trying to like come back from that, you know, trying to find my new way of self.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, and thank you everyone for being here. And please, you know, there's something really powerful about being in a group container and sharing with the group, whether it's vocally or in a written space. And we also have within our online container as well, a place for you guys to share your intentions for being here. But there's something that brings things to life, that brings them into life, that breathes life into them, that brings them into reality when we move them from internal to actually share them with others. So that being said, please feel free to share with us in the comments anything that you'd like to. And I'm going to invite an amazing woman here to share her voice with us. And the intention here is really to kind of seal this in. Demetra is, many of you came through Demetra to this little container here, and she's in the forest of Canada. She's an amazing woman, just such a, you know, I when I first met her, I said she seemed like a Icelandic elf. Just has this like beautiful forest fairy energy. So Demetra's going to sing for us and sing to us and sing through us so that we can really bring this in and seal it in. And then after that, we're going to hear from Erica, who's going to give us some of the details around prepping for the cleanse and kind of moving us into a bit more of that, you know, the detail oriented space. But before we go there, Demetra, are you available with good reception? Hello. I'm going to unmute you, Demetra. Can you hear me? Show me a sign. Oh, there you go. All right, let me unmute you. Hold on. This is Demetra's first time on Zoom. So, ask to unmute. Okay, so I think you're going to have to say, there you go. There.
Hi. I had a but then Sarah, when you were doing your meditation, I wondered if I should change my song because a new song was coming. Not a new song, but a different song that, I mean, they're both relevant, but so this isn't useful anymore. Okay. The earth wakes from sleep, her breath so warm and deep. Can you hear her ancient heart is beating? Can you hear her ancient heart awaken? and love. Oh, it calls you above, below, from within you. Can you feel your ancient heart is beating? Can you feel your ancient love awaken? Threads of gold weave a soul. Threads of gold, ancient old. Threads of gold, weave the soul. Threads of gold, ancient old. The earth wakes from sleep. Her love, so warm and deep. Can you hear her ancient heart is beating? Can you hear your ancient heart awaken? And that is it.
Wow. Thank you so much, Demetra. That was so angelic and beautiful. And I also just wanted to let everybody know, if you don't already follow Demetra on Instagram, she posted a song every day in the month of April, and they're hauntingly beautiful. And her Instagram is Sweet Spirit Apothecary. So Demetra, maybe you want to put that in the chat too, so people can check you out. But just incredible, such powerful medicine. Thank you. So this is going to be our transition here into more details about the actual transformation and what we're going to be doing together for the next 30 days and how to get prepped and how to set yourself up for success. So Erica Cluster, another incredible mother of 5 beautiful children, is going to share with us some of these details.
Thank you so much, Sarah. It's really a pleasure and an honor to be here in this community and to be a leader sharing about the healing transformation with these superfoods. So I just want to acknowledge, I just feel this like heart activation and this beautiful sense of like an awakening that's happening here. And that's the beauty of what brings us together, is that as we share these experiences, the piece that's connecting us all in this community is the superfood nutrition. And when we nourish ourselves on that, it gives way for what wants to rise in us as our greatest capacity, to have mental clarity, to have spiritual breakthroughs, to have healing of old wounds, to have shedding of old layers, and to really come through that more polished, clear, purified, and really activated in a new sense of self. So that's my wish for everyone here stepping into the spring and into this journey together. I'm just going to give a really brief overview of how our program works. And I'm also going to remind you that we have so many avenues for health support here. And the person who invited you here is definitely going to be able to direct you more in a custom way to help fit with your needs, any other additional needs for support that you have. So you have ordered your Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, which is a package for 60 meals of superfoods, a 30-day supply. And when you get that, if you have already, congratulations. And if you have not, I'm sure you will soon. There is a guide within there. There's a resource sheet, and that's going to be a great resource to help you just look at how do our superfoods work. We have some different schedule options. Basically, you're going to get introduced to the Core 4 nutrition, and that's a line of 4 products, which is going to be the foundation of your whole 30-day program here. So we have a fruit, veggie, and protein supplement, which is your shakes, your super aminos, protein, and your apothecary that you're going to have as your nightly drink. And we also have our biomedic, and that's a very powerful, safe product that helps to detoxify glyphosate out of our gut and restore health of the microbiome, and so much more. So as you get started, when you take a look at your schedule options, there are a few pathways that you can go down. The first one I'll tell you is just a super simple schedule. You're going to start integrating this right where you're at with your normal diet and lifestyle. You're going to take the superfoods twice a day, every day for the 30 days. And that's how you're going to enjoy the 60 servings worth of superfoods. And excuse me about that. You never know when the phone's going to ring. So the other thing I wanted to say is when you take your 60 servings worth of superfoods, you are going to get an opportunity to, sorry, one moment. I don't know how to turn that off. You're going to get a chance to start to allow your body to create a relationship with these superfoods. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to figure out, it's like my computer ringing and I don't know how to shut that off on my computer. Okay, so what I wanted to say is that thank you for staying with me. As you begin to waken up in this experience, you are going to get to have your simple schedule to support you creating a relationship with these superfoods. And I'm so sorry. Let me shift gears here out of the phone ringing and come back to this present moment. I wanted to invite you all to reference that if you have any questions. The main goal that's happening is as you're getting accustomed to the Core 4 nutrition products, you're having a way to start to have your body gently ease in, develop a relationship, get accustomed to these superfoods. And the other option, oh my, this is the worst distraction.
You want me to
Erica,
step in
I
for a
can
moment?
take it over.
Yeah, that would be great.
Christina. Christina, you want to take it over, babe?
Mm-hmm.
You're so popular, Erica. All these people are like feeling you, and they're all like, "Give me the Fury." They're all calling you to order. Christina, you wanna I'll just toss it over to you, and you can close us out with the rest of her share and your share.
Beautiful. And let me know, Erica, if you want to come back in. So something that I have been really feeling in this call today, and that I've noticed anytime I've done a transformation, is that we have everything is up. Everything comes up for the release if it's its time. Cellular regeneration and transformation is happening. Ancestral healing is happening. Old traumas are coming up to be released if it's its time. And we have this support to do that. And with that river that Sarah brought into the meditation is all that hydration and the superfoods and everything just washing it away. So clean, so gentle, so nurturing. And that we're so held, in particular in this container right here. So I just want to invite us all to really honor our role in holding this space for each other, and that we've been witness to each other's prayers, intentions in the chat here and on this call, and even just in the collective. And so in that, we can continue to hold this journey for all the transformation that's happening by utilizing the Mighty Networks platform. That's a place that we can, each one of us, go in and put a picture of ourselves and really restate, or if we haven't yet stated our intentions, or expand upon our intentions. And it's a really powerful way to acknowledge that this is what we're in for in this journey. So I invite each of us to do that, to use that tool of accountability, of introducing ourselves and supporting each other in that too. It's really powerful to be seen and witnessed, and so we can be that for each other and comment. And if we want to even go a next layer greater, we have other platforms that we can share our intentions and express that to our other communities and people who can be cheering us on and witnessing our journeys as well. And we even have a hashtag that we're using to kind of thread and weave together this container and this journey. So that's superfood saturation that we can use and find each other in that realm. So invite all of us to use those platforms. And then within the Mighty Networks, there's a place to find recipes. You can ask questions, you can produce your own content and post that for the group, anything that's supporting your journey that you want to add and contribute there. Thank you, Sarah. And let's see, we have topics. We'll be gathering up like this on new moon and full moon, so that'll be in there as well. And then any other content that we're putting in there that we've compiled from years of supporting people through these transformations and doing the transformations ourselves, will be dropping into the Mighty Network. So go ahead and take a little time and check it out. I know that the more that we understand that what we're doing, the more that we form a connection with what we're experiencing, the more we're going to get out of it. And if you'd like more, there's always more. There's always more resources, more reading, more videos, more meditations, and on and on. So definitely connect with the person who shared this with you. Sarah, do you want to bring anything else in?
Yeah, I would love to bring in just one other piece, which is really, really taking the time to mark where you are right now. Like, take a little bit of time if you just got your box, or if you're still waiting for your box, or if you started taking your products, wherever you are, but right now, right in this moment, take some time to write about, you know, how you're feeling, what you want to, what you would love to see shift. Take the time to take some pictures of yourself, even if it feels weird, like, ooh, like, why? I'm not like, why would I want to? Because things can dramatically transform in your body in ways that you don't even notice because you're looking at yourself every day. But between day 1 and day 30, you could look like a completely different person and not realize it. So it's really powerful to take pictures, and also to take, you know, they recommend to take your measurements and your you know how much you weigh at the beginning. And it, like, sometimes people will actually, because they gain muscle, actually put weight on, but they're like visibly, like, inflammation is gone. And you know, so you might look, your clothes might start to fit you differently. I mean, there's just so many things that can shift and change during these 30 days and beyond. So, you know, it can be like, sometimes when we let go of the things that are really bothering us, we don't notice that they fade away into the distance. So just to, like, have that marker in time. Okay, today, you know, I've been, like, working through these things for a while, and, you know, in 30 days or even in 15 days to kind of revisit that and see what's happening for you. And then the other quick thing that I wanted to share is, we do have an awesome system to support. Like, I always recommend that people stay on these products for at least 90 days. Yeah, more aspects to celebrate, Christina. We want to celebrate when, like, we want to notice when things change so that we can celebrate that transformation instead of just, but that I really recommend, in all the years that I've been supporting people through this, to stay on the products for at least 90 days, because the effects are very cumulative. It goes very, very deep into your cellular makeup, and even, you know, epigenetically into your DNA. And, like, I mean, it's just a powerful process. So we do have something that you can set up if you don't already have it. I recommend people set up a smart order for the Core 4, which you can, you know, sign in and just set that up in your, if you have any issues, just talk to the person who invited you here. But there are some different perks and stuff, like you get extra points for free products and things like that. But really, just being able to make that commitment to your long-term goals, and not just to have it be like, you know, well, that was fun, and like forget about it, you know, but to really continue to do this deeper work. And it's also just so easy and delicious. And like, I've been 6 years on these products, and I'm in Uruguay now, just a little side story. And we started running out of products, realized that we can't actually send it into the country. And we were having, like, my husband and I were having kind of like a, you know, one of those moments, like life flashes before your eyes. Oh my God, we're running out of Purium. But luckily we were able to have his brother, who was in LA, like bring us a box kind of like last minute. We overnighted him a huge box. So, you know, there's just, it's a beautiful ally in these times to have something that's so accessible and deeply powerful on our side. So yeah, and feel free, you know, this group, the container, is a place where we can also, you know, share our experiences and receive support. And we are also going to be running a second opening of this transformation starting new moon in June. So if you have friends and family that may want to, you know, participate in this in the next round, we'll start letting people in. Anyone who orders by May 31st can start our June experience. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you everybody so much for being here. It's beautiful to see all your faces, and I know that there are quite a few people who are with us in spirit in our community here that'll be popping in to our Mighty Networks to share. And I'll post this recording, and yeah, enjoy the journey. Mwah.
And have
Thank
fun with it.
you. Yeah.
Fun.
Aloha, everybody.